Hey folks, welcome to my channel number 10. So there we have the problem on the screen. Find the derivative of the following cos x to the power log x, right? So this particular problem, we have a function of the type f of x to the power g of x. And without much hesitation, we can apply natural logarithm on either side. And if I'm going to assume my y equals cos of x, the whole power log of x, I take a natural logarithm on either side, which means log y equals log of cos x, the whole power log x, right? And now I apply the power rule in logarithms, which allows me to simplify the expression more specifically on the right hand side, RHS, right? So log of a to the power b is nothing but b log a, right? Nothing but b times log a. So I move this power term log x, right, which is here, this one, and let me see if I can highlight it using a color. Yes, the green one using the power rule. And when I do that, I get log of x times log of cos x, right? So this is what I get. So my left hand side of the expression is a log y. My right hand side is a product of two functions whose derivative I'm quite familiar with, or I can solve them using one of the rules we have learned so far in differentiation, right? So let's do that. All we do is differentiate on either side. And when I do that, my log of y becomes dy by dx times 1 by y. And why is that? Because we are trying to differentiate this entire expression with respect to x, right? So our job is to find out what is dy by dx. And when I do a d by dx of log y, I first differentiate the outer function, which is my log function, and then I multiply it with d by dx of the inner function, right? So my d by dx of log y is nothing but differentiation of outer function with respect to inner function, right? And so which means I get a 1 by y, right? And then into differentiation of inner function with respect to x. So I get 1 by y times dy by dx, right? So this is what I have on the LHS. And when I my RHS I'm quite familiar with, I'm going to apply the product rule for log x times log of cos x, right? So let me highlight it in green. My log x and log of cos x, let me call it in yellow. So I'm going to apply the product rule. So log of x, d by dx of log of x is nothing but 1 by x, right? So my first part of the RHS is nothing but log of cos x divided by x, right? And then I do a plus. I retain the green expression as it is, which is my log x, right? And my log x times d by dx of log of cos x, right? So what is that? D by dx of, let me write it, probably I'll do it in two steps, log of cos x, right? Which is equal to plus log x times d by dx of log of cos x. Again, my outer function is a log, right? So, and then my inner function is a function which I'm pretty familiar with from first principles, which is again a cos x, right? So, step one, we do d by dx of log of cos x with respect to the inner function, which is nothing but cos x. So, what do I get? I get a 1 by cos x. And then I differentiate my cos x, which is my inner function, with respect to x, which is d by dx of cos x, which is nothing but a minus of sine x, right? So this is what I get, right? Allows me to figure out what is my. So I have dy by dx times 1 by y equals log cos x divided by x minus log x sin x divided by cos x, right? Let me write it like this. This is what I have. We've almost arrived at what we want. My dy by dx is equal to, all I'm doing is I'm moving this y to the right hand side, right? I'm moving it to the right hand side along with the expression what we have on the right. So my expression what I have on the right, I just copy it as it is. Allow me to delete this out, folks. And let me bracket it to avoid confusion. So this is what I have, and this times y, right? This is what I get. And now, remember, folks, this is not an implicit functions. We've recently discussed what is an implicit functions, and I mentioned that it is okay to leave the answer in terms of y. But that's more applicable when you have an implicit function, right? Now, this is an explicit function. And why is it an explicit function? Because you have a function where y is defined clearly in terms of the independent variable x, right? So we have a function of the type y equals something, and that something is in terms of x, right? And what is that? Cos x to the power log x, right? And all that we do is go back and put back our y in terms of x, right? And what is our y in terms of x is nothing but cos x times cos x to the power log x. I don't think we can do any further simplification. So let me go to the next step. I think I can write this answer like this, right? My first part, which is log of cos x divided by x minus log x into sin x by cos x. Maybe I will remove this and call it as log of x dot tan x, right? And why is that? Because my sin x by cos x is tan x, right? Times cos x to the power log x, right? I don't think we can do any further simplification in this particular uh, expression what we have on the right for dy by dx. And there we have my final answer. Let me highlight it in pink. So there we are. So I hope you found this content useful. Please do subscribe to my channel and support. Thank you.